So today, lads, we're going to be talking about Sania Rivers' situation. So, if you guys don't know, a player or a fan got ejected from the game today. A fan got ejected for saying something to Sania Rivers. And nobody really knew what had happened. And then out of nowhere, everyone is like, what's happened? A fan got ejected. What have they done? And by the way, I'm actually kind of happy that, player or fan says something out of line to a player complains, fan gets kicked out. That's kind of the way it should be. That's kind of the way it should be. I don't ever have an issue with a fan getting kicked out. And we saw it, like the entire crowd was like waving the person off. Like, I think everyone's in agreement that if you cross a line on the field of sport, you should be kicked out. And it really depends on what you say. Like, again, shouting "ball, don't lie" at somebody is very different to something. I don't know what was said to Angel Reese yesterday, if we're being honest. And I don't know if what was said was out of line with her, because you just never know with things like this. But I'll always give the benefit of the doubt to the players in this situation, because they are, like, these players do play in front of crowds all the time. So, like, in most of the scenarios, like, they are used to it. If it's something that's not really affecting the play, especially early on in the game, they're not really going to say it. But if you guys don't know, the reason why it says here, the ejected fan did not touch her, is because an actual legacy WNBA media member said this. I'm blocking their name. This is a person who has been an employee. I think they're an employee of a team. This is a person who has been on WNBA broadcasts. WNBA have used this person for their own media, for their own WNBA media. And they said this: a fan was escorted out of TD Garden for touching Sania Rivers. She called it out immediately, and he was escorted up the stairs and out. The fan appears to be an Indiana fan, as he was wearing a Fever t-shirt. First of all, what relevance is that? What relevance is that? We saw yesterday, it was in Chicago, at a home game, people were shouting stuff at Angel Reese. What relevance is it what team a dickhead is a fan of? Unless you want to push a narrative. Because let's be real. It was a Phoenix Sun, a Connecticut Sun fan last year that said it to Caitlin Clark. But, it was still, by the way. So Caitlin Clark had to get a Connecticut Sun fan, who was apparently throughout half of the game, like, going at, like, you have to get them kicked out. And then they didn't even get kicked out. Apparently the security let the person back in. The person was bragging. But again, that is hearsay. I had a reference, but again, it is he said, she said. I literally had a reference for somebody at the game, took a picture of their seat and took a picture of the person, sent it to me in DMs as like, this is what happened. I'm like, look, at the end of the day, it's people's word against people's word. But what relevance is it that it's an Indiana fan? By the way, bad people come in all fan groups. Let's be real. There are people that are laughing at Caitlin Clark's injury online right now. And to say some of them don't have the means to go courtside to a game is beyond me. That some of these people couldn't be there for Caitlin Clark with Caitlin Clark is beyond me. Like, or say not beyond me, is not beyond possibility. Sorry, it's 5:20 in the morning. It's not out of realm possibility. But at the end of the day, what we have to look at here is there a retraction? I don't think so. I blocked the media member that said this because I think it's embarrassing. And the tweet is still up. This tweet is still up. The lie is still up. And somebody said there's no room for touching players. Glad he was kicked out. Shame to say he's a Fever fan twice, but I expect that from you. And they responded, I gave context as to why there was an appearance of him being a Fever fan, no more, no less. No, you wanted to start shit by lying. And this is somebody at the WNBA's going pro. I'm pretty sure this person is an employee of a team. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure of that. And I could be completely wrong. If I am wrong, I apologize. This was a person who was on the broadcast crew for the game, was part of the broadcast crew for the game. So obviously an employee of the Connecticut Sun or something like that. Has literally showed up, made up a complete lie, and and has not retracted their statement. Has not retracted their statement. Made up something. Made sure everyone knew it was a Connecticut fan or was a Fever fan. And by the way, I'm not saying the Fever fan shouldn't have been kicked out. I'm not saying the Fever fan is in the right because they didn't touch her. But it's an extreme. It is an extreme. There is a big difference between heckling that goes overboard and touching a player. There is a huge extreme. And we all know that. Any reasonable person knows there is a huge difference. Sanaya Rivers herself said it didn't happen. And this tweet is still up by somebody in the media, in the actual WNBA media. And there's a reason I have to call this out. Because, let's be real, lies spread fast enough that they become truth. Lies spread fast enough. I mean that. Lies spread fast enough they become true. We saw that with the investigation. The lies spread fast enough that you even had players believing that it happened. You had players believing. You had Alyssa Thomas come out and say, if Angel said that's what she heard, then we all believe her. Angel literally said she heard nothing. So basically, the Sky coach said that they found out about the investigation and everything at the same time as everyone else did. The lie spread so quickly that Angel Reese herself was gaslit into thinking it happened. She said she heard nothing, and then you have players on other teams saying they said we believe her if she said she heard it. She didn't. She didn't say she heard anything. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. You've now got, like, obviously this right here. During the game, the Connecticut Sun media is now reporting that a fan actually touched Sanaya Rivers. And Sanaya Rivers had to deny it. Like, it's crazy. Thank you, Sanaya Rivers, for denying it and not falling into any of the ridiculous narratives. And Sanaya Rivers laughing, being like, oh, it's a pity he spent so much money. He spent so much money to get kicked out. And by the way, if the person crossed the line, 100% deserves to get kicked out. Like, I'm sorry, like I'm not out here defending the fan by any means. But what I am doing is saying that this absolute extreme of the situation, but that blatantly a media member completely lying about a situation to make a specific group of fans seem worse, and to double and triple down that it's a specific group of fans, it's dangerous. Like, these narratives are dangerous. These narratives are genuinely dangerous. And I think all around, this is something that the WNBA needs to fix. It's something that is just an embarrassment for this league. And I think the media is one of the most embarrassing things about this league, if we're being honest. So anyway, yeah. No. If you guys do want to listen to WNBA media, the actual media, apparently, Sanaya Rivers got, according to their tweets that are still up, Sanaya Rivers, a fan touched Sanaya Rivers and got kicked out. Or you could listen to Sanaya Rivers and she joked they wasted all the money to get tossed. Or you could listen to Sanaya Rivers. But I know what we're going to hear in the narrative, and it's that the Fever fan touched Sanaya Rivers. I can guarantee you later on in the year, you're going to hear at least one media member make this lie. And if by the end of the year, give out a random, if by the end of the year, an actual media member has not brought up this lie, if they go the entire year, I will give away a free Caitlin Clark jersey to somebody at the end of the year. And I can guarantee you that this lie is going to get brought up because it's an actual media member that started the lie. But anyway, I'll see you guys.